First time I dressed up for a double date and my friend didn't like it. Sounds like a op.
I never heard that before.
We are not near an airport.
That's very loud.
And that plane sounds close.
That's very mad.
We are not near an airport and that plane sounds close.
I've never heard that before.
We are not near an airport and that plane hovered above us.
Tati said something to me yesterday and she was like, you have an interesting ability to not agree with something, but validate that point of view. And I was like, that. And she was like, I never really noticed that. But like, actually, now thinking about the pattern of which you speak, she was like, you always, when we're talking about situations, you can explain that you don't agree with it, but you can also validate why people think like that. And I was like, it's because I'm in my head, and a lot of the time, the things I think I believe to be correct more often than not. But I never want to invalidate other people's way of being, if that makes sense. So I've always kind of been like, this is how I view it and this is how I would work. But other people might do things a completely different way. And it's not something I can understand, but it's something I have to accept. Does that make sense? Because I'm like, again, especially when it comes to things that are dumb, it's just, I'm like, if you have facts, then change that. Do you get what I mean? So it goes back to me struggling when people don't check their insecurities constantly, because we always, like, as I said, we always do. We're always like, where did that thought come from? And again, we spend so much of our time not wanting to be haters, because society can easily make you a hater.
Of course. I think for me, I've always had to check my insecurities because I work in I think we both work in such a superficial industry where it's quite obvious. They make it quite obvious when, like, you're not a preference, or if someone is more favorable than you are. And I think that's like forced me to, like, I have to always, I think I've just got into the habit of pushing past it. I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, whether it's in personality, whether it's in looks, the way I do things, the way I think. And that's absolutely fine. But I guess when that kind of prejudice is not part of your everyday life, I can see why it will rock people when they're faced with it. When you're faced with that moment where you have to face that, actually, people might not be fucking with me in this room, or, oh, that person treating me different to that person, why they do that kind of thing, and actually have to face yourself, because it's like a everyday thing for me. And unfortunately, part of my job means that I have to pay extra attention to people's looks. So sometimes I'm telling someone, you need to change this and that.
I can't when you have that eye, because even as a producer, I kind of have that. I can see when something is super marketable, and what audiences it feeds to. And so and
I can see how sometimes it may sound like I'm like almost like not conforming, but almost validating and pushing past the facts of society. It's like, no, I just know.
We know what we know.
we know what works, how people think, even the psychological element of just marketing. I know who you're prepared to listen to and who you're not prepared to listen to. And you can be angry with me about it, or you can question yourself as to why I have to go through, I have to make decisions I make in order to reach you in a certain way. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what's interesting about that? Because as we're talking about this, I realize that that's something that has made me very insecure all my life. Like, because I'm someone that I won't say takes pride. That's not the real word. I validate myself by work, which is because I know you do it. We all know you do it. I don't think I openly ever talk about that, but you know it because you know me. And I think going through life, if you are around me because of anything else but what I give to you in your life, then I get that's what makes me insecure, because this isn't real. Do you know what I mean? It's very fickle. And that, like, alternatively, and so when you say that some people it's less natural to them, for me, that would make me more insecure. Do you get what I mean? Because I'm like, I'm not bringing any worth to your life, but you have me around for what? Do you get what I mean? It just, because now the thing that validates me isn't being, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not being validated. So now I'm even more insecure based off that, which is really interesting. Because I was like, as we were unpicking it, I was like, actually, that's my worst nightmare. Like I feel the innate need, and this is on a personal note, obviously, how society works and how other people work, I have no control over that. But from a me thing, I have to feel like I'm doing a good job. And if you take that away from me by it being anything
other than that,
then I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Like what? Do you get what I mean? It makes me cripplingly insecure. So that's why I say when I come across people who have that mentality, you don't fit in my life, because the things that would give me self-esteem, I will never get from you, because you're so askew to the way that I think about the world. Do you know what I mean?
Some deep chat for you there, guy.
Back to being two last brain cells. Hello.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Sometimes we're smart. Sometimes we can actually speak about what's going on in society.
Yeah, sometimes but most of those conversations we don't bring to the podcast because
we deal with it every day.
Yeah, because one, we deal with it every day, and also sometimes when you get too deep here, they start cliffing shit.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Do you know what? Let me just say something.
Go on.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can, baby.
Okay. I came across a clip from a podcast. I think they're quite new. I'm not dogging them. I can't even remember the name, to be honest. Beauty Sign. This guy was talking about people of the natural hair community. Didn't know it was a community, just thought we're all growing our hair. And
I've seen this clip.
And she was like, oh, you guys, like, you talk down on people that wear wigs and stuff. Well, I don't want to look like you. I don't want to look like you. How about that? And then people started getting on to them in the clip, and I think Shea Burrow posted in. That's my worst nightmare. Guys, if you ever see our clip on Shea Burrow, report that post. Report that post. Not all exposure is good exposure. I know we're trying to grow, but not like that. No shade to anyone that.
I mean, my phone, that day my phone will turn off.
I'll actually turn off my phone because he wants.
I'll touch grass for the first time.
He wants wealth on Twitter.
Yeah.
That little bogus finance guy posted the clip of me saying that mortgages are boring, and I knew he was trying to get me the hell out of here. Thankfully, no one engaged with that tweet. It got like 2 retweets and 1 reply. But I was like, you are trying to set me up. Because I know I clipped that. But I clipped that as someone that knows that I'm a 2-time homeowner. You don't get to reshare my clip to the people that don't know that.
Yeah.
Because even on TikTok, I still have people, well, that's why we'll never go on the property ladder. You won't.
You already are.
I already am.
I'm saying it, you know it from experience.
I'll tell you, the mortgage is boring. Okay, the mortgage is fucking boring. But I was like, what a setup. Anyway, so this girl was there, and I saw that clip. I was like, oh, girl, I know you want people to talk and you want to generate engagement, but it's just certain things. Because right now you set yourself up. And the podcast is quite new because I went on there. There's only 4 clips on that TikTok page. That one being the highest viewed, obviously. But I was like, sometimes I'm like, hey guys, I know we want people to talk, but you had the choice. There was a process you had to go through to extract that clip from the podcast.
And we do it. We do it.
But we do it. But how would I say it? I would never clip something like that. If we said something like that, I would never clip it.
Yeah, we wouldn't. Because actually, when it comes to things that we clip, I think you're cautious. I'm cautious. Yeah. I suck. I be sucking the fun out of the podcast.
I had to stop sending her the clips before I post it because she's just like, take out what? Take out what? I just stopped sending it to her. I just can't do this.
Like, can we just take out?
Nothing will go out. It'll just be, hi guys, and that's it.
Steph will be like, the funny. I'm like, but I
can't. They're gonna cancel us. I'm just like.
But can I just say, when I saw that clip, so and this was my understanding of it. It was ignorant, by the way. I did find it ignorant. It was ignorant as hell. But I did find it and again, I don't know if this is like a producer brain, but I did find I found that it sounded like a retaliation. So I found it, and this is the thing about why we wouldn't clip it, because obviously everyone, by the way, guys, we're human beings. If people didn't know, people that set up podcasts and talks, they're actually real life human beings. They're not AI. They're not necessarily AI generated. They're human beings who have real life experiences. And so I guess her thing came out of frustration because obviously people are always, I don't know how this works, but I think people were talking about wigs and stuff like that. And that's why she was like, well, I'm just happy like I am. But also she dogs out other people while doing it, which is obviously something you shouldn't do. And also,
we need to get some black screens up. And guys, for context, we have clear doors and we are in a workspace. And when people walk past our studio, they be looking in like we're animals in the zoo.
literally. Like, wow, what's
Wow.
going on here?
And then what's going on? Yeah, it's a podcast, bitch. Move. Okay? Let us do our work.
But yeah, it is that fact that obviously she was saying it out of somewhat frustration, but it was ignorant as hell. And to clip up something so ignorant without context as well. Because again, sometimes we'll talk about, like, say someone is, we call ourselves a misinformation podcast, right? All the time. But we will always prerequisite by, you lot came to us and said da 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 da, by the way, we are a misinformation podcast. We always kind of thingy that together so you understand where it's coming from. That clip, you didn't get any of that.
That's the thing, and there was no context.
There was no context.
So then,
I'm sorry, we're gone.
The young lady went on to do something that I will advise no one should ever do. She made a video addressing the comments via the podcast page.
Oh.
I know everyone's coming for me about that thing. That clip was taken out of context. I have natural hair as well. Don't ever use your business page to post any personal content, especially when you're addressing negative comments.
Yeah.
I don't know who's listening, whether you run a clothing business or if you want to start a podcast or whatever. Don't ever. The most you should do, address on your Instagram story.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Gone within 24 hours.
Yeah.
To go on the podcast page that only has about like, by then it only had like 6 clips. The sixth clip wasn't even a clip, it was a video of her addressing it in from her sofa, by the way. I was like, you're already fucking it up. Because if these comments are already getting to you to the point where you're addressing shit via your business page with a personal video, oh, you're in for a long ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I'm saying this to say, people have choice in terms of what they want to clip from their podcast. It's not like you're not seeing it. You approve. Even if someone's doing it for you, you get it approved beforehand. I think people are getting so caught up in being a viral sensation or just getting all the engagement that they're not careful about what they put out there without context.
Do you know what? Okay, go on.
I just feel like, how would I say? You can't get upset at people getting upset at what you said in that clip because there wasn't any context when you didn't include the context.
Yeah.
People are going to go off that 60-second clip. Yeah. And I used to get frustrated about it before now. Oh, why people saying that? They didn't even get the whole conversation. We got the other day, someone was like, oh, I don't know why these girls are laughing at people's dilemmas about I made the mistake marrying my husband. And I commented back via We Just Got Here and I was like, we weren't laughing at her. We were laughing at something we were discussing beforehand, which aligned with the title of the thing. Yeah. But you wouldn't see that, obviously, because we've edited that part out. And I only responded to that because I don't want people to think that if they send in their dilemmas, we're going to laugh at them.
Yeah.
But again, I understand that she wouldn't understand that because there's no context.
Yeah.
I just feel like people need to be very careful.
Also, if you watch the pod, the whole, and this is the thing about social clips, which is your social audience is not your core audience.
It's not your core audience.
If you watch the whole pod, you will become very familiar, like for us, with the looks we give each other when we're referencing certain things. And obviously, if you go onto Patreon, we reference it. We reference it directly. We reference as hell. You get to know our nyash. I never heard that before.
We are not near an airport.
That's very loud.
And that plane sounds close.
That's very mad.
We are not near an airport. And that plane sounds close.
I've never heard that before.
We are not near an airport, and that plane hovered above us.
Die do what
Check
we
the
love.
news.
Die do what we love.
Die doing what we love. What are the odds that it crashed into here? No, Christiana. Trump has finally gotten his way.
You know we've been busy yapping. If there was like a national emergency, we went.
And you know there's no reception here. Sorry guys, there's fighter jets flying over us. And we ain't got no reception. Have they started a war? Go on Twitter. They'll let us know. Go on Twitter. What are they saying?
I don't have Twitter downloads to my phone, Steph. No, anything's possible.
Christiana.
We're hearing plays all around us. Let's go.
No, Christiana. What is it?
I don't know, but I'm seeing, you know, the street.
Yeah.
What city is it?
Let me fighter jet. No, it's not. It's not today. What is going on?
Are they training people?
They don't train over Hackney, Christiana. Why would they be training fighter jets over Hackney? Go out, spot that plane, Christiana.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it fighter jets?
Come on, you can see it. But it's no... What's happening?
I don't know. Trump has had his way. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What?
They don't fly across Hackney, Stephanie. Christiana. Fighter jets are frequently seen over Hackney during major royal and state events. Because of the flight paths for the major London military flypasts, such as His Majesty the King's birthday or official armed forces celebrations, typically approaches from East London, aircrafts often cross directly over Hackney.
Can't they find another pathway?
They fly directly over Hackney, including areas like Shoreditch and Bethnal Green, as they transition towards central London.
Can they send out a text or a warning somewhere? I thought this was it.
So the RAF flagship Eurofighter Typhoon and F-35 Lightning stealth jets.
Well, that's definitely what those things were.
If you hear loud aircraft over East London outside of these major states, it could be an emergency quick reaction alert.
Christiana, what holidays on? When's King Charles's birthday?
I think it's next week.
So why are they flying now? Guys,
Oh, tell a lie. It's today.
What?
It's today, Stephanie.
What?
Wait. Troop in the colour. It's today. It's a royal event.
Can't they send out a text?
Oh, tell a lie. So yeah, 3 years ago. Oh my God, I'm sure I told this story. 3 years ago, this is what I was supposed to be working on. Troop in the colour. So basically, this is like God, my breasts are out today.
Well, we're about to die. I'm surprised that you didn't fling out the way we were running out to go see the fight. Also, we would never survive in a war. You saw Jet and you ran out. That's how they'll just get you. Boom, they'll nuke the whole place.
I told you to look up into the sun.
She told me to look. Bear in mind, guys, we know what year I've had. She told me to use my eyes, guys, to look directly in the sun that emits UV rays. What do I have in my eye, guys? A mole. I said, Christiana, you know, I have to wear sunglasses outside to protect my mole. You said, look into the sun.
I said, look at the jets.
How did I know you
I can't look at the sun.
I said, Christiana, you know I can't look at the sun, girl. They got my daddy.
Oh, fuck. I'm squatting down.
Guys, we will never survive that whole thing. The fact that I remained seated until I actually had to go see what was there. Christiana, you went outside to meet the enemy. That could have been Trump.
One day, we have to do like surviving RAF or like one of those surviving things together.
Oh, do paintballing. That made me feel,
like like Bear Grylls.
no, but like, because in paintballing they give you the camouflage jumpsuit. Because when I went paintball, because I was rolling on the grass with my gun, hiding behind logs. That was Iraq to me.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if we did like a I'm a Celeb, Get Me Out of Here as a duo.
They'll have to, Christiana, you see Mercedes V-Class come and pick me up in the middle of the night.
And the thing is, I'll be begging you to stay.
I'm not staying, Christiana.
It'll be like James and Fuhad. I'll be James like, please, Steph,
They said they have no ice lattes out here. I can't stay. I can't stay.
And you know, I can turn on my one with the nature.
No, you will be talking to the snakes. Making friends like, Steph, he said hello. Get me the hell out. I would have been ordered the Uber.
You'll be screaming at a producer, get me out.
I don't care about showbiz. You said there'll be iced lattes. I know what I asked for. I gave you my rider. You promised.
Me with a snake draped
So
around my
why
neck
are you giving
and
me
a bird on my
cockroaches?
shoulder?
A bird on your shoulder. And that one with nature.
These point I've eaten cockroaches as part of a task.
You with chopsticks, even dipped it in the Maggie sauce.
And I'm like, Steph, it's actually nice.
It's nutritional.
Protein.
No. Get me the hell out. I'm not looking forward for these people.
Oh my God. So one day, if you didn't know, guys, I I used to work in television. So one day, randomly, the production team for the Trooping of the Colour, which is the King's. Let me actually not give misinformation because you lot will be screaming.
My thing is send a text. I thought this was it.
It's a national event. Trooping the Colour. But to be fair, I only found out about this. What is the purpose of Trooping the Colour? The purpose of Trooping the Colour is to celebrate the British sovereign's official birthday and to publicly showcase the unbreakable bond between the British monarchy and its armed forces. So they do a whole show. So it has, like, there'll be streams
I've
of
seen
colour.
that. Oh, yeah, I should probably know this.
Yeah, the royal family are watching it as it's...
At our expense?
I mean, Meghan's still not there.
They didn't put Megan there. But you know who they did put? Can we talk about Camilla?
You know, she's got the same birthday as me. I know, it troubles me every time.
Can we talk Camilla? That, you see, all side chicks of the world, that's their queen. That's why the queen refused to give her the real queen title.
All right.
All the side chicks. She played the long game.
She did play the long... But hear me out, right? After watching...
The Crown.
I was like, which one was it? The Crown. Now, by the way, I'm not saying she's not the villain of the last 40 years, because she is.
Beg to differ.
This is because they did her bad.
Oh, they did her
bad. They did her dirty.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like Diana.
We love Diana. Our queen, in truth.
Love Diana. But Camilla she's not actually the villain. She played the long game. If anything, this was a story of an unbreakable bond.
It actually is. Because how dare you say that she can't be with her man and then try and...
With Diana.
And also remember, they set her up with her man so that she would be distracted.
It's a story of an unbreakable bond. I'm sorry, the older I get, the more I'm like, girl, you went after what you wanted. You two were in love before Diana came in the picture.
Yeah.
You just couldn't be together. But you found yourselves back with each other. Did she play nice in the whole fight? Maybe not. But I can't say I wouldn't.
Nah, I was gonna say for you, because your guilt doesn't really kick in.
It don't kick in until later. And it may never kick in. I'm not gonna lie, I might forget. I'm Queen of England. I don't have time to remember you. Sorry, I'm here now.
This is the thing. The way your guilt, and because when you're dealing with facts, you're dealing with facts. You don't feel guilt.
How can
for
I?
facts.
This is facts.
It's true.
I didn't make it up.
If the royal family didn't get their dirty claws into that relationship, Diana would have been doing her thing with the love of her life, and and
probably still be alive.
Charles and Camilla would have got on and had the family they wanted to create in the first place. You lot came and dibble-dabbled and said, Camilla, go over there.
Because they're too old.
It's the fact they sent Charles across. They said, yeah, army, you go to the army.
Let me see how you're going to get him now. But again, they won. It was the story of an unbreakable bond. Unfortunately, Diana was the collateral damage.
It's so bad.
Do we still love our queen? Yes. But I feel like we should cut Camilla some slack. Again, because I can't say if I was in that situation. I can't say if I was in that situation.
Because you know when love is loving.
When love is loving. And he could be the future king of England. All gloves are off. What's scrapping dirt?
And the thing is, she collected, she loved him because she collected him any which way. When he was young, she collected him.
When he's old with his big ass fingers, swollen as fuck.
Swollen as hell.
Cut those rings off, Charles. It's okay. We know you're the king. You don't have to wear jewelry. How can your finger just red and swollen?
Thick.
The ring, have you looked around the rings?
No.
The skin is dry. I'm sure it's black underneath there. Cut the rings off, Charles. You are literally king. We can't judge you anyway. We can't judge you anyway.
Thick as hell.
You don't need all that drip. We've seen the crown jewels and all that shit. We know you're rich.
Also, the thing is, they're uncharacteristically thick. Like, you never think
sausages.
It's insane.
They're all that family anyway. Is all sickness. Even Prince Philip. Since I've known him, even seen him in real life, I say, "Are you sure you're a prince?" And that's what got me detention for 2 weeks. Remember in Upton Park when we had to go land up on Green Street? I told him he was too old to be a prince.
Did you?
Yeah. I can't remember what teacher heard, but I was in detention for 2 whole weeks.
I would too.
Look at this old man. If all I've seen in terms of princes is what I see on Disney, you bring this carcass here and tell me this is Prince Philip. You're still a prince? You haven't graduated?
Well,
as old as you people are, your wife's a whole
graduate.
But I didn't understand that that his wife could be queen and he could still be a prince. I'm like, why aren't you? They haven't promoted you yet. As old as you are, you're telling me you're prince.
But it's very weird because Camilla's queen consort.
Yeah, they weren't gonna give her a real queen.
Yeah, you couldn't.
They couldn't. They'll be like, you can have your man, but this title,
the queen consort.
But again, I can't say if I was in that situation that I would play fair. Because that's my man.
Yeah. That's my man.
I don't care if you were the skinny, young, single. I don't care.
Yeah, because she was young as hell. She was like 19.
Gucci was there naming bags after her and all that shit. I don't care. You lot can keep the bags. I want my man.
Yeah. This is the love of my life.
This is the love of my life. You can't be prancing around here with your big ass wedding dress. I know on that wedding day, she slid down the walls. I would have lost my mind, Christiana.
If that was us. Wait, hold on.
The love of my life is getting married.
The
whole country has shut down. This her train is all the way in Brixton and she's in Upton Park.
And she's a 19, 21-year-old.
And I said the whole of the country has shut down. I can't escape that wedding to the love of my life. Because I'll run naked in the streets drunk. With machete. I don't care. Because on that day I'll lose you can't even tame me.
No.
Just lock me in a steel container.
We have this thing, whereas like if bad things are happening and that's up there, because the thing with me and Steph, there's certain things that will turn us mad. There's certain things that like we're tenacious. We can fight it. We've been through trauma, we'll fight. There's certain things, particularly affairs of the heart, that will drive us mad, right? So, and again, both of us are unhinged enough that we could, if we weren't so ambitious, as I said, madness would have met us.
If we didn't have things to lose, oh God.
Madness would have met us already. So if I can see the love of your life, the one that you've always been Chris, the ones we have burnout accounts for, the ones I've been spying on before you, is now marrying and the country's shut down.
Kasala.
And they're saying you're too old.
Lock me in a steel container for that day, Kasala.
And the thing is, your man is as old as you, by the way, but they've got a young babe.
Kasala.
Stephanie.
Lock me in a steel container.
When I say I will book a flight to the pits of Bali, where, and I mean we're in the fields, we're in the rice fields. There's no reception.
It won't work. I will saw a hole in that plane window and jump out.
I would have to collect you.
And land in the middle of that wedding.
I would kidnap you.
On a wedding dress train. Kusiana.
I would kidnap you. Because the thing is, after, you can't be in a country because you might see the newspaper pictures of the
Christiana,
dress,
it
and the
don't
dress
matter
is
where you
beautiful.
put me.
Every designer is like, I wish I had been able to.
Christiana, I said it don't matter where you take. It's not gonna work. I'll run by foot. If you'd like, take me back to my village in Nigeria. I'm running by foot back to that England, and I'm that church. By the time I'm done with it, Jesus himself will have to come down and restrain me. You not want the marriage, Christiana? AK-47, so hold that whole church hostage. Because why did you come to the wedding? Okay, since we wanted to attend, no one's leaving. How about that? How about that? We're not leaving. Shut the doors. Royal guards, go that way.
You call the BBC. You could create a press conference.
I'm like,
You sit here like a terrorist.
Yes, since you people wanted to come and witness my demise. You see the guests in there, including bride and groom, no one's coming out alive. Ask me questions if you want. Let me tell my story. Christiana in military uniform, I'll show up.
Because I need you to deep what happened here. You sent him to army across the waters so that we wouldn't be together.
I'd rather him die in battle than marry you. Okay.
And then you set me up over here. So I married a man I don't love, had kids with a man I don't love, and then brought him back for him to marry a young babe. Stephanie, you'd have to remove me from the country. I cannot.
I said it don't matter where you put me, Christian. Put me in the middle of Fiji. I'm swimming. I will arrive at that wedding seaweed and all in my hair.
Because it's actually a personal attack.
I will carry my AK-47 in my mouth as I'm swimming through those oceans, Christiana. Sharks and whales I will surpass.
So my man that loves me, and I know he loves me, is marrying a teenager.
Fight back. Charles, fight back! How can I be the only one fighting?
You not a man?
I've shown up in military uniform, held this whole church hostage. You haven't said him in the corner that you're in. No, even wait, I love her. You're just standing there shaking. Why are you shaking?
Who are you picking?
Because you're not talking. You're not talking. I ran all the way from Bali on foot in this military uniform. Do you know how heavy this vest is? This bulletproof vest? Do you know where I had to go to get this AK-47?
Can I say this about men as well? Sorry. I need them to use their voices more.
Use your voices. He was scared of his mum.
I need us to, because I don't know what it is about them not wanting to say bin when we need them to open their mouth. We need you to be men.
He was shook of his mum.
I would be too.
He was shook of his mum.
I would be too. She was terrifying.
She was terrifying, but she ain't Queen Victoria, so it really and truly can't be that bad. Queen Victoria now, I ain't saying shit to her. I'm not saying a fucking thing to Queen Victoria. I'll marry whoever she brings to me. Because that's the one that can kill her own child.
Yeah, fair.
I don't think Elizabeth has it in her.
No, but Elizabeth, because she grew up during the war, and then her daddy died, and then all of a sudden
she became queen mad young. She had to for time.
She reigned
for time.
Yeah, that was you hear about those old people that are tenacious.
Yeah, no, it's her.
Yeah,
you can tell like she's
a grafter.
She was defo chatting shit behind closed doors. She was a woman of many words. Publicly, but behind closed doors,
she went off. I'm sure
running shit. Philip was put in his place. There's a reason why.
But also, I think he gives, and like we will both understand that. When you're a type of firework, you need a man that will mellow it down. I feel like Philip is the one that Elizabeth.
No, they didn't let Philip speak because he was incredibly racist. They did not let Philip speak for a reason. That man was incredibly racist. And inappropriate.
Was he?
The jokes he used to make, that man forgot he was a prince himself at that time. So I don't even understand why they thought that they were surprised that Harry was a rebel. This man will make sexual innuendos and all sorts. That man, Philip, there's a reason why they made him shut the fuck up.
He said your jokes are too far.
We can't have a Me Too in the royal family.
This is the thing. I'm sure behind closed doors, Elizabeth was cackling at her husband. The banter between them two.
Jokes. They didn't know that it's Andrew that would bring them disgrace anyway. And the moment Andrew got disgrace, he said, bye. Give me back your title. We're going.
There's enough. We just had to deal with Harry and you.
And all Harry did was marry a black woman.
Words.
Like, literally, all he did was marry a black woman. And Philip asked, was it Philip or Charles? I still thought it was Philip. That asked if the baby will come out black.
The thing is, she's
Look
the
at
most
little ginger
passing. She's the most passing babe.
I didn't even know. Let me not even say it out loud. In law and all that, I didn't know she was mixed race.
You wouldn't though.
I
'Cause
didn't
of-
know.
yeah.
I thought she was like. I thought like it was satin in there, but I didn't think it was black.
Because also when you take the curl out the hair, when you perm it, so
She.
the silk press was silk pressing.
I don't think her hair can go back to what it was before.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because every time I see her now, it's like that's a hard keratin treatment. Like
Used
that's
to take out all the kinks.
yeah. It's interesting though, because I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, no, it is. Oh, it is.
But you must need to keep on getting it done.
Yeah. Some people, because like they've damaged their hair so much from all the heat from straightening it, they have to now get the roots straightened to match the rest of the hair, because the rest of the hair can't revert anymore.
Well, yeah,
So
because
it's just
yeah.
and then curl at the top.
This is what happens when I try to straighten my hair.
Oh yeah,
Often
the roots will give
just
away,
it'll just damage,
Yeah.
and then it just never goes back to curly. So what you have is
and
limp.
then limp. Yeah, that's what happens when I try and grow out my relaxed hair. It's just straight and then curl at the edge. But yeah, I just don't feel like Camille, whatever the fuck her name is. I don't think she was a villain. I think if anything, she was quite calm considering the situation. She was quite calm, but also
Yeah,
she
because-
didn't want to die, because they were like, you either married this man or you see that car crash, we'll make sure your engine's gone too.
Yeah, but at the point, yeah, because obviously Diana eventually was like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna tell it all."
Yeah.
I don't know how Camilla lasted so long not doing a tell all, because you're playing in my face. You've been playing in my face for 50 years.
That's what happens when a man has a sweet mouth, because Charles will be like, calm down, babe. Don't worry, I've got a plan.
But see, this is the thing. You're
Don't
sweet
talk.
mouth, but you're never backing me. He never backed
He's
her.
like, but my mum. Do you want to be queen or not? Okay, so stick with me. I have a plan.
To be fair, he landed it eventually.
Yeah, but I won't be patient enough to wait until now
She
that I'm
was 70.
now
I'm, sure
I'm
she was
in my
older.
17. I can't even flex like that though, but I'm old as hell. All I can wear is my little skirt suit. I carry my purse like this. I want to be the young queen.
And
Young
it's
and lit.
crazy because I'm sure she wanted to have his kids bad. Bad. Like the way she loved him.
She could have saved their hair. Bad genetics, man. Them lot. Whew.
Oh yeah, because they bald. They
early.
bald really early.
Hey, William's head was dropped out. One clump.
But I think that must.
One clump. That man's the whole middle part just fell out.
So young.
So young. Like gone. It's gone.
What's Harry's hair looking like right now?
It ain't looking good, boy. The little ball patch starting to expand in the middle. He's looking a bit thin in the middle.
But I've got a question that, because like you're the royal family, why don't you have like a
lace wig.
not even that? You would have like a Turkey physician, like a private for you.
It's frowned upon, Christiana. The royal family can't be seen in Turkey.
No, but get the Turkey physician to come to.
Okay, but they can't. When there's like a world emergency, they have to do an emergency, like I don't know, like announcement or speech.
You wear the
Wear what?
the uniforms that you're supposed to wear.
What
Cover their
uniform?
heads.
With what?
I'm sure that they always are in some kind of they
They don't
obviously
cover their heads. They only when they wear the crown. And they
no the boys, the princes.
Oh, the military uniform.
Yeah.
But they're not always. That's when they're doing military events. But their actual speeches and stuff, they don't have to sharpen the hat. Plus, it takes like 18 months for that thing to heal.
Does it?
They say yeah, but it's looking at 18 months, because someone I don't know them, but you're telling me a story about his friends got one, but then he messed it up because he kept wearing a hat. So then the front bit.
Yeah, because you're
didn't
supposed to
heal
let
properly.
air in.
Yeah, you gotta let air. So how are they supposed to see
They're literally
see
the
William
royal
come with a thick man around his head, top of the head squeezed, bare baby hair follicles. Whilst he trying to tell us that we're about to go into war. Will you take him seriously, Christiana? Please.
And the thing is, the British public, we don't take nothing seriously.
Nothing seriously.
We could be going to look at us. We thought fire jets were happening. We're like,
The guys is all I don't edit it. I still edit this thing and
no,
leave
that's
it
the
in.
funniest shit.
No,
ever.
I'm leaving it in, but
Yeah,
I'm saying I'll still go home and edit this. Like to say I didn't think a war was going on. I was like, this is make great content.
That's sad though.
That
'Cause-
what, they can't go Turkey?
Not, I don't want you to go Turkey. I want you to get a specialized physician that is there. Again,
You couldn't tell us to go take peptides.
no. Because I was going to use a bad example. I was like, if Michael had his own personal doctor.
Because he
Look
did,
how-
and he killed it. He killed
Look
him.
how that ended.
He did have his own personal doctor. That was the problem. But you know what Michael did have? Good wigs.
He had great
So,
wigs.
I was watching the documentary on
And no
Netflix.
one saw it. No one has seen that burn, by the way.
They did when they did the autopsy. So there was one documentary they did years ago, and they were describing the autopsy, and they said that
Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing at Michael, but they said they took off the wig because he had patches of hair.
I just want to say,
I think the burn was worse than what we thought. Christiana.
no, the burn was bad.
No, listen, patches that burns.
Remember, he still had to have painkillers all his life because
like,
of the nerves.
The burns,
Yeah.
like they were bad, but like the surviving patches of scalp on his head grew hair, so he had patches of hair. I was like, you didn't have to tell us that, deal, because you know are shady as fuck.
But my question is, yeah, because it would be patches, right? But I would assume they're neat patches because remember, his hair doesn't grow straight. It grows.
So
It's little
they
froze.
confirmed that it was textured hair, so he didn't perm it. I wouldn't imagine you would.
I need to know what, like, and again, were the top wig makers only specialized in like, what's it like, 2A? Because it's not a 3.
It was very Korean.
Because it wasn't even 3. It's not like my texture.
It was Korean. It's K-pop Korean hair. It's what they wear now. Like it was very like, and it was always like styled. But there was one line they said in the recent documentary that's on Netflix, and I was like, yeah, his makeup was done very well. I was like, wait, so on top of that, he was wearing makeup?
I would guess so.
I just thought he was a flushed man. I always did wonder, I was like, why is this man always blushing? I swear he's black. Like, I know there's vitiligo, but why can we always see that was makeup?
Yeah.
And he wore lip liner and lipstick. So now I'm wondering what his lip combo was, because it was a very pink lip, but it was quite natural. Because hear me out.
Natural for what?
If he was still about in this day and age, he could have had a MAC lip combo kit. No, listen. He was doing what Kylie tried to do before it was a thing.
We're not addressing the facts that his vitiligo is a very particular type of vitiligo. This is what everyone is not.
I just feel like,
and they skimmed over it in a documentary, by the way, in a film.
No, but what I realized is actually he wore makeup in his hands. Because there would be certain times when you could see the makeup is patchy, you could actually see pigment in his hands. His hands were actually darker than the color on his skin. That's what made me believe that it actually was vitiligo. Because there used to be that thing, like, oh, he bleached.
Yeah.
But it actually is vitiligo, because if you look at his hands are actually a bit darker than his face.
Interesting.
And you can see it's patchy.
Well, then that's if that be the case, then that makeup was very specific, because obviously the patches to cover. It's easier to cover light skin with darker makeup than it is to cover darker skin with light makeup.
But do you remember there was a time in the 80s, towards the late 80s, where his makeup looked off?
Oh.
It looked like when I wear my 9 shade of the Danessa Marix blurring balm.
Okay.
Like it was off. I feel like it was off because they were trying to use darker makeup to cover up the light patches. But back then they didn't know what color correcting was. And they didn't have concealers like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just powder. So there's only so much you can do with powder.
It's not very malleable powder.
It's not malleable. But do you know what I mean? But I feel like you could, now that I know and I'm older and I look at footage, especially the old footage, I can see where it started to happen. The only problem is he was obviously fiddling with his nose at the same time. So it didn't help him. Because the lighter he got, the smaller the nose got. I was like, Michael, please.
Joe, you really fucked him up.
But Joe was also fucked himself. Do you know how much of a madman you have to be to tattoo on your eyebrows and your mustache as a man?
Wait, hold on.
And it's not even like it's the same shade of brown. His eyebrows are light brown and his mustache is black. Did they not have the same ink?
Joe Jackson.
Go and look at Joe Jackson. Do you know how much of a madman? I know that man was crazy.
Wait, it is.
I told you. His eyebrows and his mustache are tattooed on.
Also, why is his eyes green, or is that
I don't even know
glaucoma?
anymore. I don't even know if that's real, Christiana. Christiana, look, is that not a henna on his eyebrows?
It is henna on his eyebrows. And actually, look at this one.
Christiana, is that not a madman? Who tattoos on a mustache?
Also, I really want you to know that Joe Jackson, in hindsight, looks like a villain.
He looks like a
How
villain.
did we not know this man wasn't a villain?
Look at him.
That's a villain if I've ever seen it.
Look, he looked like a villain out of a cartoon. Out of the Proud Family movie. Like
Yeah, literally. How did we not know?
Joseph Walter Jackson was a mad man. So I'm not surprised that Michael came out the way he did. He even tattooed his... I feel like they were together when they got their eyebrows tattooed. It must have been a deal, like 2 for 1. Because now that I'm looking at it, Michael's brows as well. Come on, man, look at that lip combo. Do you know how many babies in Essex will kill for that lip combo?
I promise you, that man and his daddy issues, he did everything to look the opposite of his father.
Opposite.
He said, I don't want, like, when I said I don't want to be fucking like you.
No, but also his dad always used to comment about their looks. That's why all of them are like super insecure.
Now, my thing is, what kind of self-hatred, your own children that look like you, by the way, you made them. Literally, you made them. And it's insult, you want to insult them.
Oh, Michael still had the pigment in his nails. My thing is, yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love Michael Jackson. I feel like I always say he's one of the greatest artists of our lifetime. But one thing that worries me is how am I supposed to explain to our kids
that was a black man?
That was a black man.
He's actually the icon of all icons.
Yeah,
it's true, because when our kids... This is such a weird place. When our kids eventually see Michael Jackson, because obviously we play the music.
I don't know if I can show him. Because there was a time when I was scared of Michael. I don't think I could show my kids Michael Jackson. Or I can show him, but I don't know if I can tell them that he was black.
And also, now I'm looking at him. He was actually beautiful.
Christiana, that is a Korean man.
But he was actually very beautiful.
He was a beautiful man. At one point, I had a crush on him. What era was it?
Well, after you were scared of him.
Yeah, you know what? Because when I was growing up, I loved a lot of 80s music. I only ever used to see Michael Jackson when he was black. So I feel like I skipped the whole in-between bit where he was transitioning. And then they just brought this white man and said that's Michael Jackson.
I mean, he's really pretty.
No, that's when I started. That's when I had a crush on him.
He's pretty.
When you are not alone. That era with the short bob, the Bixie wig. Oh yeah, no.
But also, he sculpted his face.
He really look. Come on, man. He's a fine man.
Yeah, he's very pretty.
Round here, yeah, no, man. Look, yeah.
And actually, in truth, because of the work he had done, he doesn't actually age. Because how old is this man?
Because that's a white woman. Christiana, that is a white mum in her late 40s. That is a white Hollywood mum.
How old?
Christiana, that is a white mum.
How old?
He kind of looks like Angelina Jolie there.
Words.
He looks like Angelina Jolie. Like, look there. Now you can see it. Can you see it?
Let me see.
Can you see it? Look at his hands. I told you. When his hands started to transition, that's when he started wearing the glove.
Oh, interesting.
His whole attire, his whole costume, like the way he dresses, is to cover his body, so you couldn't see when he was transitioning.
You know what? Good on him though, because like sometimes you gotta be creative with it and distract people enough. I said this yesterday. So obviously, I went I went to the Shits and Gigs show, right? And I was like, everyone was like, what is everyone wearing? And I was like, I'm just going to come overdressed. I'm just going to come overdressed. Because if I start thinking about what's the right thing to do, it's going to make me overthink it and I'm going to get nervous. If I know I'm coming overdressed, then I can't be embarrassed by it because I knew. Do you get what I mean? So sometimes it's like, do enough to distract from the actual issue.
But then
you'll think so stylish, you wouldn't know actually I'm covering my
but
skin
then
changing.
Issue kind of, you just,
What?
I just,
What?
it came to a point where you couldn't cover it. And then you just did too much to try and cover it, and now you're not even you.
Yeah, but because it's a fruit salad mix of insecurities there.
There was too many insecurities there. That man was fighting so many things. I was
all
like,
at once.
Damn, all for a hee.
Because it's like, imagine being a child star and then feeling like no one likes you and your only friends being animals and you don't really like people.
Like, I was your friend. I didn't know you back then. I went born, but I was your friend.
Yeah.
I couldn't be your friend back then anyway, because the way you were getting arrested up and down, I can't, Michael. I'm like, I know we're besties, but we're gonna have to keep it on the low because you are 30 and I am 4, and they're not gonna understand
our bond.
I know we be playing tea party and all of that here. I love it. Don't get me wrong, great time. We just can't make this public because them man aren't gonna understand.
Nobody understood it.
They're not gonna understand. And no, Michael, don't pay me to be your friend because again,
it looks weird.
Don't think you understand, babes.
But again, because he didn't have friends.
He didn't understand.
Bless him.
I don't know if he did it or not. I weren't there. But from what I know and what I saw, that man thought he was a child. He was trying to relive the childhood that was destroyed by his dad.
Yeah.
What he didn't realize is that, when you're 30, you can't be sharing beds with like small boys.
Also, remember, did he get to finish school?
No.
Yeah, so your understanding of the world is so askew.
Like I said, I understand. We could have been friends, but it's just the dynamics.
This episode is us defending villains.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm just like, low key though, like, come through the back door because you're also like the most famous man in the world and you're 30. I know what we do behind closed doors. And that's what he
wanted. Because children are so innocent that they can't use
and I'm not giving a fuck. But there's paparazzi outside. They're not gonna understand that we dress up and genuinely wear little heels and play tea.
And I'm sure he did.
I don't think that man is capable of having sexual intercourse, if I'm honest with you. I don't think he was actually.
That is why when we look at the kids.
Because Paris, you can't tell me you don't know.
Yeah, God.
Paris girl. Paris. Even Michael. Was it Blanket?
Blanket, yeah, all of them.
Blanket is out here looking. Let me not even say that if I get cancelled. Let's just say his true origin is showing boy in adulthood.
See Blanket. Because none of us
Blanket is from the Mediterranean.
I just again, we all bypass the fact that.
And the woman that he was first married to, I can't remember her name, the white woman. She claims that they had intercourse, but I don't believe her.
Presley's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe she ever saw his penis. I think Michael was asexual.
I think he was asexual.
I don't think he found anyone attractive. I think he thought he was 4 and no one should be looking at him like that.
Yeah, I do. I think he wanted friendship. I think he married people that he felt
were
safe
friends
with. Yeah.
Yes. And as I said, we could have been friends, but dynamics.
And let me talk to you about that. Now that we go this podcast, guys, you're getting us today.
I don't even know thank God for the Reddit realness title, because that's what we'll be leading with. That's what I've had to start doing, because I don't know what else to call this.
I need to talk about people who get in relationships with people that they feel safe with.
So you?
Because
so you?
Yeah, but when I say safe with, because as I get older, I'm starting to understand that there's a multitude of things that you need within relationships, which includes sexual attraction and physical attraction.
Yeah.
And obviously, a lot earlier in my life, I just needed friendship. But the problem is, sometimes people can stay friends. You told me this a couple of times. Because you're like...
So I did. Story of my life. I tell you a lot of things a couple of times, and then somebody else says it, or you realize it yourself,
Awakening.
and then you're
Because
telling me.
you be listening to my bullshit as I'm saying, okay, so I think we're gonna become boyfriend girlfriend. You're like, this is your mate, Krishana. This is your mate.
I'm pretty sure I've shouted at you one time and said, stay by yourself and discover yourself because I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm the queen of making a friend, a boyfriend.
I'm like, so you can stay by yourself, you're not your own enemy. You can stay alone with your thoughts. Because it will be like one boyfriend after the other. Calm down, sit down. Let's figure out what we like here.
And because we were having this conversation earlier where I don't see people find me attractive, so I'm like, friend, and you're like, go no.
No, he don't want to be your friend.
He don't want to be your mate, and I'm like, no, he's my bestie. And then all of a sudden, I'm in a relationship, but it's because he's my bestie.
Hey, you wonder why it took you so long to like sex?
Stephanie, it took me ages. Stephanie, it's taken me so long. It's taken me so long.
Yeah, well, you basically live the life of a prostitute for free. Just fucking people you did not like for free.
Fuck.
For free?
One day we'll have a whole episode on that because that needs to be unpicked. That needs to be and also I feel like there's actually a lot of girls like that. We're just not enthralled by sex until.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame anyone. I feel like a lot of girls' first experience with sex was through coercion.
I said that it took coercion was so. I remember the first time I wasn't coerced, I was like, this is weird. And do you know how traumatized you must be for someone to actually respect your boundaries and for you to question why did you respect them?
Yeah, and I feel like that's why a lot of women struggle with initiating.
Yeah,
because we've been made to feel like it's something that's supposed to happen to us.
Yeah,
like we're used to people coercing us into having sex, that we don't know how to initiate sex without feeling like we're coercing someone. But I feel like a lot of women struggle with actually liking sex until a lot later in their lives, when they discover themselves and they're comfortable with themselves, because our first experiences with sex was through coercion.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially if you grew up during our time in our area, like in the city, London, wherever. Oh my lord,
attitude was so bad,
and also it was seen as a dirty thing. And if you like a boy and you sleep with him, chances are he's gonna go outside and call you a hoe because you slept with someone that you like.
Crazy, right?
Because you slept with someone that you like.
And again, the rules were different for them.
Yes,
they are ska.
But because I slept with you, that I like you, by the way.
I fancy you. Sorry.
You've now got to tell your friends that I'm a hoe.
But also, again, what we're not clocking is how the boy's self-worth was deemed, because you don't even think a girl actually likes you. You think if she's doing this,
she must be a hoe.
She's doing it to
and
everybody.
She'll do it to everybody.
She might actually like you, bro. Deal with your insecurity.
If you like be a virgin, or as long as you sleep with them, you're a hoe.
Words.
You're a hoe.
It literally they'll take your virginity, or you lose your virginity to them, and now you're a hoe. Because how?
You were so.
It was only you, sir.
You were so nice during the process. I thought we were friends. No, seriously.
I felt safe with you. Now it's a problem.
I didn't even feel safe. I didn't feel safe. But I thought, hey, we've done this thing. You've taken my virginity. I thought we could at least be friends or just cordial. Why are you fighting me for?
Also, they'll fight you when they actually like you. That's the worst thing about it. They will hate you.
Because they do shit for their friends. I don't understand how we like each other. We've engaged in an act.
That should we like each other.
And now I'm a hoe.
Mad.
That's like me. I'm a hoe. I wear it on my head. Nasty hoe over here. Dirty ass hoe. Me, hoe. Big hoe. Because I used to run away from it when I was younger. My worst fear was to be called a hoe, be known as a hoe. So when it happened, I was like, oh right, there's actually no rules to the game, because I was legit a virgin. I just lost my virginity and now I'm a hoe. So I was like, what can I do?
It's you because you know your truth. What? I can't do anything more.
I liked the person. I thought they liked me. We engaged in sex. Now I'm a hoe. Now I got people who say, "You're a hoe." How am I a hoe? Who have I slept with?
Do you know what?
This person
In
and
In truth. Because actually, I remember being called a hoe and I'd slept with my boyfriend, who was still my boyfriend. Like, he'd been, and everyone knew that was me and that person for like, what, 2 years or something stupid. And I was like, well, but he's still here. So why am I a hoe?
no, I remember. I'm gonna say his name. Called me a bosh in sixth form in the canteen in the middle of in the middle of the common room.
What? I swear.
Called me a bosh. And I was like, how am I don't even know what the disagreement was about. I think it was something petty. I was like, how am I a bosh? He's like, yeah, because I did what?
That's crazy.
I slept with someone I liked.
That's crazy work.
I slept with someone I liked. I could not believe it. And bear in mind, with friends before that, I was just like, so you're following, not that you were even in the crowd.
I was going to say, because if you know our school, this person was so far removed from
there.
That in
so
crowds.
You know it was just small gossip that he heard from the edge of where he was, that he's using to cup. I said, and after that day, I was like, you know what? It don't matter what I do. I'm going to be a hoe. So I'll wear the badge, because the people that even tell you that I'm a hoe are coming to me and be like, you're not a hoe.
That's crazy.
I just said that because I was immature. That's why I don't see. This is why I don't take bullshit. For the person to come back and say, "Oh, I just said that because I was insecure and immature." You tried to scatter my name. And that's why I said we got to normalize sex. Sex, as women, we need to take back power when it comes to sex. Sex should not happen to you.
Yeah, 100%.
And I learned that very quickly, because I'm like, we've technically done everything right. You said we should only do it with people we like. I've done it with people, someone that I like. I didn't do anything outrageous.
Yeah, it's not like we're experimental. It's like we did the basics.
We did the basics. You're her.
Do you know what? But can I just say, I think all of that really concreted my interest in sex as I've got older, and like as I could explore things away from the judgment of other people. Because I remember there's so many times, and I must have said this to you, where as a young person, I would have sex and feel cripplingly sad afterwards. God, it's the worst feeling ever. Like, I want to cry. And I remember being like,
you called me one time crying after having sex. I was like, Christian, that means this is not normal. It means you probably don't like the person.
I don't like it. And it took so long to understand, again, because and this comes into the people pleasing thing, because you are engaging in someone, like in a relationship, just emotionally, whatever. And then you're trying to please people who actually might not even be trying to please you, by the way. They're not trying to.
They're actually not.
And especially where we grew up, the misogyny was so inbuilt.
Yeah, it's literally in their DNA. Like, it's almost like you're raised to see women a certain way. And I feel like a lot of those boys, those guys, those men now, scary, still have those beliefs. They struggle to integrate with society, but
they struggle to find partnership. They don't, like, so they'll have like people who they have kids with, for example. Sorry, it's me. No. People who they have kids with. Yeah. But actual building units with women, like as in someone that's there for you, that will support you, can't do it.
No, they find it so alien that when that woman does come, they run or they scatter it, because it's so foreign to them.
They don't know how to be loved at all. But I remember feeling like, again, and I think I've called you a couple times, being like, this isn't normal. Like, I feel so sad after the act, and it's all well and good. And again, the attention that the man gives you to lead up, it's nice. But there's something that covers you with emotion. I was like, I need to unpick this. And I think I spent so many years trying to work out what was wrong with my body, what was wrong with me, to then find out that actually a lot of these things are things that women go through when we've had the experiences we've had, but we're not talking about it. Do you know what I mean? We're acting like this is normal, this is the way it is, like everything's fine. But we're all dealing with the same fucking shit.
Yeah, we're all in private. The same shit. And that's why I took power in the word hoe, because I'm like, this isn't a thing. It doesn't matter what you do. You can lose a virginity to someone that you both like each other. You could be promiscuous and sleep up and down. All categorized, because at the end of the day, you've opened your legs.
Yeah.
You've opened your legs. As I said, like there's power in discovering yourself sexually in terms of what you like, what you don't like, but also discovering what you like in a partner, because it goes beyond character and personality, etc. A relationship cannot exist without sexual attraction. And don't get me wrong, even in long-term relationships, there may be times where you're not in the mood. Maybe it's like stressful times when you're going through shit, etc. We're not always in the mood to have sex, but that general attraction still needs to be there. The person I say, listen, having a partner is annoying. Men are annoying. The least you can do is get one that you actually enjoy looking at.
Word.
Because when they piss you, there's nothing worse than a man pissing you off. And on top of that, you're looking at him like, I actually gave you a chance, you know. Like, you're not even attractive.
That worst feeling.
Be that at least. I'm not saying that you have to be attractive to me. Everyone has their types. We know. We talk about types all the time here. I need to at least find you attractive.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've never compromised on.
And I think this is why when we have these conversations, there'll always be a back and forth between me and you, because I used to negate the attraction, and you'd be like, Chris, hello, girl,
Hi,
girl. It's important, by the way.
Do you enjoy what you're kissing?
Girl, because you call me complaining, by the way. I would call Steph and she'll be like, because baby, you don't like them. And I'm like, no, they're a lovely person, and and they make me feel safe, and this and that, and the friendship we have. And you're like, Chris, you don't fancy them though, by the way. Do you know that?
Men can be nice to be friends. They don't have to be your boyfriend.
You literally said it.
They don't have to be your boyfriend. You don't have to drag them home in your mouth and be like, here, I brought a gift.
I used to do that so much.
It's just, but again, it's low self-esteem as well.
Yeah, which, you know.
When you don't know your self-worth, anyone that's nice, and to them, they're like, raw, she's giving me a chance. And they're like, oh my God, I love him. He's just so... And they'll still mess it up. So you might as well go with someone that you're attracted to, because even the ones that are given a chance, they'll still fuck up.
It is that, because they will, and they have.
Exactly. In fact, the worst. So again, you might as well go with someone that you're attracted to. I think, especially with sex, especially like when it comes to like black women of color, we have a very, how would I say, particular relationship with sex, and it comes from our upbringing.
You're villainized for it. You're told that if you do this, you're this.
And even from like a young age, don't wear that skirt around your uncle, don't wear that skirt around the house, etc. Were sexualized from a young age, but also villainized at a young age, and were made to see sex as this big scary thing. And that's why even in our generation, I feel like there was a lot of teenage pregnancies, because parents weren't actually talking to their children about sex, especially black babes. I'm so sorry. Our parents weren't talking to us about sex. All they were saying is don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about the consequences of having sex. They didn't talk about how to have sex safely. They didn't talk about the different options there are. It's don't have a boyfriend. And then you get the boyfriend and he's coercing you into all sorts of things, and you feel like you have no voice or power to question things or be like, no, I don't want to, etc.
Also, half the time they don't know what they're doing, so it doesn't even feel nice. By the way,
it doesn't even feel
like
nice.
You have to, but you're trying to appease.
And because you don't have that confidence when it comes to your sexuality, because you're like, actually, no, I don't like this. You've now been programmed to think that sex is something that happens to you. As a consequence, you have two kids that don't know what they're doing. No one's spoken to them about safe sex or sex in general. They've done the thing, and this massive consequence is now a result of it. Now she's in trouble because she's pregnant. None of them know what they're doing, by the way. You've never spoken to her about boys. And the first time you're speaking to her about men, sex, or anything is when she's pregnant. It's already too late. As I say, I don't... And that's why I'm so big on, like, even when it comes to testing, there shouldn't be a stigma about it. Like, speak about it openly. I'm going to the clinic to get tested. Yeah, girl, I met this guy. We're going to get tested first. Normalize the conversation.
Yeah, like even when I'm dating, it's one of the first things that when we start to get more comfy in regards to like doing stuff together, before we even get there, it's like, okay, just go take your test. I'll go get mine, and then we can continue. Because it's just like, again, for your own safety, you should want that, by the way. And again, it's very mad that I find people don't directly have the conversation to take control of that situation, rather than just feeling like it's down to the other person.
But again, do you blame them when you've again been your first sexual experience is you being coerced? You already don't feel confident when it comes to like sex and your sexuality
Yeah.
and being sexually free enough. When men are still questioning women about their body counts.
It's crazy.
Come on, man.
It's crazy.
Also, you shouldn't be dealing with men like that. Anyone man that asks you how many people you slept with, run, please. I beg. No one should be asking. They're in there. Tell you now, any man that asks you that is insanely insecure. And that is your first sign. The moment he says that, dark.
Because whatever's in store for you, it's not for you.
He's already thinking about other cocks when it comes to you.
Crazy.
Leave him.
Because I find the fact that you've had sex before, rocked. And again, it's the same men that won't be with virgins, by the way, because they don't want that responsibility.
They don't want that responsibility.
So what do you want, sir, apart from wanting a woman to be performative and be perfect?
You're just insecure. But yeah, let's normalize conversations around sex and having sex. And I implore people to explore as much as they want when it comes to sex, as long as you're not hurting people.
Yeah, and learn about things, because again, I
knew I heard something.
Where?
There's a fly struggling somewhere, I swear to God.
I say this all the time, like there's certain things that are happening to my body that I thought I was just broken. And then I'd read books, you know me, I love a book, I love an article, I love a podcast. And I started to understand that these are things that happen to women, but they're just not spoken about. Do you know what I mean? So like, I think I remembered there's one time where I was having a fun time with a person, my boyfriend at the time. And again, the sexual relationship wasn't the best, obviously, because mine weren't. And I remember using a lube, which is a lube we've used before. I've never felt a burn so bad in my life. Like, it was the most painful experience. And it didn't feel like just a physical experience. It felt like it didn't feel like it was coming from something. It was coming from my insides. And I was in so much pain. I was like, you've got to come out. Like, I can't, it was like raw inside. And obviously I've only experienced it once in my life, and I was like, I didn't know what it was. And eventually I listened to a podcast about someone, and they were talking about a mind connection with your vagina. And apparently, if you do not feel safe enough, for some people, if you not feel safe enough and your body doesn't want to have sex, but like, again, I thought, I'm not saying this wasn't, I was being coerced in this regard, because I wasn't. But again, I just felt like, again, me understanding my own feelings, I wasn't there yet. Your body can literally shut down and literally say, I don't want this to happen. And that was the burning sensation I got. And obviously, again, that's not common knowledge, because again, we don't really talk about these things. Sometimes you feel there's something, again, at the time, I thought there was something wrong with my body. Like, I was like, it's just me. Actually, no, it happens to quite a few people. And it's kind of like this emotional kind of how your body regulates, like your nervous system, and trying to protect itself. And I was like, that's so interesting, because that could have easily made me really insecure in situations going forward. And I'll be to every man, by the way, I have this thing that sometimes not understanding that actually I just didn't feel, this wasn't the situation for me, I shouldn't have been in it. And that was my body saying, girl, you don't feel safe. Stop. Do you get what I mean? And now, having read books and listened to podcasts about sexual well-being, sexual health as a whole, I'm like, okay, I feel like as I've got older, I'm like, I know more about myself. I can pick up on the things that my body's trying to tell me without trying to gaslight myself. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no. I think it's really important that, one, I'm of the firm belief that if you're not in the mood, I think you have the right to say you're not in the mood. I don't think anyone, I read so many, I come across so many, like, even just like casual tweets, even like jokes on like TikTok and stuff about women not being in the mood and like just giving in just to like please the man. I don't think that's a good thing. And some people may argue and be like, well, you know, you need to have sex even if you're not in the mood, because you have to satisfy your partner. But then what message is that giving out, that again, sex happens to me? And I'm so big on that because of my own beliefs and my own journey with my own sexuality. And maybe I discovered my in terms of what I like and what I don't like very early on in life, not in the kiddie way, but like obviously after I lost my virginity, I had that privilege of understanding that sex doesn't have to happen to me. I can, I can also enjoy it. But also I can also put boundaries in terms of like, if I don't want to, I don't have to. So for me, those kind of like things of like, oh yeah, when you're not in the mood, but you just have to give it to him. Da, da, da. And I totally understand that. Someone who's married, I totally understand where that comes from. But I'm also very big on making sure women understand that you have agency over your body, because there's other cultures where that's not a thing,
Yeah.
and we've seen the results and consequences of that. I'm sure we read about it all the time.
And it could so easily happen to us again. Like, not that our upbringing was different, but like the culture that we grew up in could easily, if you let it, ruin you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So it's like it means so much for us to be able to take hold of like ourselves in all its entirety, whether that be work, whether it be in the way we navigate relationships, because we both navigate relationships in a way where it's like there's a standard, and it's because we went through the trenches when we was younger.
Yeah.
I didn't live this long and overcome so much when I was younger to now be in the trenches when I'm old. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And for me, it's just really important that women know they have agency over their bodies, because all it took was for me to not be born here and be born in my village, and maybe be a whole completely different story where I don't have the privilege of having the agency over my body, or feeling like I have the agency over my body. So I always say, listen, if you're not in the mood, you voice it. If they're upset and they kick up a fuss, etc., that exposes the kind of man you're dealing with, and then it's up to you to use your discernment to decide whether this is the kind of man you want to be with or not. Because when you give birth, if you get sick, etc., you even just stuff as like high stress, high cortisol can literally kill your libido. If this is a man that's gonna get frustrated or angry or weaponize certain things against you because you physically cannot get in the mood to have sex, you need to question if that's the right person for you. Because again, childbirth, you gotta wait 6 weeks, babes, minimum. And even then, you might not be up for it. You might have an emergency C-section. Maybe you need longer to heal. If that's a person that's gonna make you feel bad or feel less worthy or feel less of a partner, of a wife or something, because you can't have sex, again, question the kind of person you're with. There's too many things can happen in this life to be with someone who only values you for what is between your legs.
It's crazy.
It is too much. There's too many things that can happen in this life to be with someone who only values what is between your legs. That's what I'm gonna say. Should we do Reddit Realness?
Yeah. That's a good episode, you know.
That was. I feel like we've been like really serious nowadays. Just to, cut the tension a bit, I bought a blazer for £5.
Vintage?
Yes, we did. Right. Reddit Realness. First time I dressed up for a double date and my friend didn't like it. Sounds like a op. My friend Joelle, 20 male, asked me, 21 male, to join him for a double date with Jean, 20 female, and her friend Sam, 19 female. Joelle got a date with Jean, but she wanted to make it a double date as she wanted to introduce Sam to the dating scene in a more friendly kind of way. Alright. If you say so. I agreed to it, but Sam wasn't amused by the idea of me being her date, but agreed because she was happy with just the experience. Why? Well, me and Joelle are two totally different types of guys. He is the charming and athletic guy, while I'm the chubby and more reserved one.
Sounds like an op.
Doesn't help I am balding this early in life.
Oh, ain't he 20 or 19?
He's 21. Damn. Nothing that turkey can't fix. The times I've met her at university has been while I am wearing the same clothes. I have a set of clothes only for university, sort of like a self-imposed uniform. Every day is different, but I repeat weekly.
Arthur.
Fair enough, man. So yesterday I got my hair cut as low as possible without going into shaving, fixed my beard, and I have to say I was looking mighty fine. Got out my brand new clothes. Now today we had our double date after 2 p.m. I arrived late, but only by 5 minutes. Joelle was texting me like crazy until I arrived holding a rose for Sam. I'm a bit corny, but I thought it would be a nice gesture. Joelle wasn't happy for some reason. Jean looked surprised, but Sam, she smiled widely and her eyes sparkled a bit.
Aww.
We start our date and Sam and I are having a bit of a blast. We decide to go out bowling before going for ice cream in recommendation from Sam. We got along, but not really enough to say I like her more than a friend. Maybe a second date, so this time would be nice. As we are hanging out, I could feel glances from Joelle and small smiles from Jean. I know Jean is smiling because Sam is having fun, but I didn't know why Joelle was so angry with me. After the date, Joelle unloaded me how I was cringe for bringing Sam a rose, that I was there to entertain Sam, not distract Jean from him, that I dressed too formal and too fancy. I was only wearing a white shirt, flannel overshirt, and jeans with my Converse. He also said that I should have stayed at home if I was going to act like I did at the date. I just talked with Sam, shared a meal with her, and went to get her favourite ice cream from her favourite store. He was there and Jean was 100% on board with the ideas. I barely talked to Jean. He had all the playing field for himself. Not my fault Jean was more interested in seeing her friend happy. I just feel like you're being a gentleman.
Yeah, I feel like he wanted the friend. Sorry, I feel like Joel wanted to have this friend around so it makes him look better.
Yeah.
But because he made more effort, it now doesn't work like that. Like, actually, he's looking like the favorable one. And so now he was like, you're meant to make me look better and you've made me look shitter.
I think your friend is incredibly shallow, and what he tried to do is use the fact that you're bigger and maybe I think he's even just bigger, full stop, as a way to make himself look better. I think he's one of those people that conflates being bigger with being ugly. And actually you making the effort actually highlighted the fact that
It's not that.
it's not that. And he's more offended by the fact that you had the ability to make him look bad, because it's made him realize that even just beyond looks, your character is better.
I was going to say, like, sometimes people who have got a lot of attention all their lives can just rely on that.
Yeah.
And so because he said he's conventionally attractive and he looks fit, it's like you relied on that as the sole reason why girls are interested in you. And all of a sudden, the person that's speaking has opened up their eyes to, like, you don't necessarily need to be conventionally attractive to be attractive. And now he was like, so now you're the person everyone's looking at, not me. Get over your insecurities, sir. It's gross.
Please leave that man where he is. He's just upset that you actually are you present yourself as a decent gentleman, which you sound like you are, and now he has to face himself. And he's probably more worried about the fact that Jean probably saw you in a better light than him, because he technically made less of the effort. Even the way you're describing things, you took her to her favorite ice cream spot to get her favorite ice cream. You said that casually like as a small gesture, but actually it's very meaningful,
very thoughtful,
and that's probably something that Joelle wouldn't have been able to think of. So I'll say just leave him where he's at. He's insecure. I also see it for what it is as well. The fact that he's bringing you along on the date to make him look good.
That's not your friend. I would say
it's not even a backhanded compliment. That's a straight up insult. You are a human being, whether you're bigger or smaller, whatever, or how you look. You're a human being.
And people need to see you as an individual.
Yeah,
just
not a proper pawn to make them look good. Please, guy, you sound like a lovely gentleman. I love the fact that you have a self-imposed uniform. Must save you so much time during the week. But yeah, I would say ignore that friend. They are insecure. You are a perfect gentleman. Don't change yourself for them. Don't make yourself feel like you have to treat Sam a certain way to appease them. Because ideally what they would want you to do is treat Sam in a certain way so it makes him look good.
Yeah. And Sam wouldn't be happy. Like, you've actually put your date first, which is what your job, that's your job on a date. You put your date first. So the fact that you did that and he's looking at you sideways for doing that.
You didn't disgrace him. If anything, like, you've shown that
you keep good friends.
Joelle is capable of keeping good friends. Surely that should speak for his character. But yeah, guy, I don't think you're in the wrong girl
at all. Yeah, I think that friend there's so many underlying things. Like, obviously he's using you to make himself look attractive. He's jealous that people looked at you in a certain type of way. And again, guys, forgive us, but me and Steph don't play with that with friends. Like, life is so many things can happen in life. Don't keep people who don't have your best interests at heart. It actually, like, life, like, is so tentative. Keeping people in front, like, that are not here for you as a person, are here for their own needs at the cost of you, nothing is worth that. Because too many things can happen in life. Friendship is way too valuable.
Yeah. Should we quickly do adult fans of the week?
Yeah.
I say that. What is my adult fan of the week?
I can go with mine.
Yeah.
So my adult fan of the week is actually Joy Rhodes. So she's a British artist.
Mm.
And her music has been touching me. And I don't know if it's because like I've had a very vulnerable week. It's one of my vulnerable weeks, guys. So my moods I've wanted music that fills my cup emotionally, not just energizes me, but like makes me feel seen and speaks to the more vulnerable side of trying to get through the day. And it's kind of affirmation-y as well. And her music is very leans into the vulnerability and the strength that can be found simultaneously. So yeah.
Fab. My adult fan of the week. What is my adult fan of the week? What have I had this week?
Also, I feel like my adult fan was so whimsy few. M&S, anything?
Have I had anything for M&S?
The blazer you found?
No, because that's what I found on Vinted. Oh, what have I done or gotten this week?
Right.
Oh, my adult fan of the week for the girlies that do use a relaxer is the Mizani Butter Blend Relaxer. I was an olive oil babe before I went to Elevate, and they seem to have a issue with olive oil relaxer. I don't know if they're just being bougie or not. But I was like, what's wrong with that? But after using the Mizani Butter Blend Relaxer, I realized what the issue is. I've never relaxed my hair and had it so soft and moisturized after. It is, I honestly, hands down recommend it. It's spenny. I think I paid like £34, but it's for like a big tub, and it's not the one that requires activator. So I'm planning to keep it in the fridge. I've kept it in the fridge. I'm going to see if it works for my next, when I need to do my next touch up. But I decided to use it just because I want to look after my hair, but I don't think it's necessary to be going to Elevate every month. One, extortionate. Two, I want my hair to grow out a bit. Sorry. So I've been hearing a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of people rave about Mizani Butter Blend just on Pixie videos that I've watched and even on TikTok and stuff. So I thought I should give it a go just because I have very sensitive scalp and I've had really serious burns from relaxers, especially olive oil. So I tried it, and honestly, if you have sensitive scalp, get it. Didn't burn, straightened my hair to a reasonable amount. I know my Ivor sector at the back of my hair will never be bone straight without me burning myself to oblivion because my hair is very stubborn. I have very curly hair, so it takes a lot for it to straighten. But even now, like, I'll say it's so soft that the wind has become a problem. The wind be blowing my hair out of shape. I swear, it made me feel Puerto Rican. But yeah, I highly recommend for the relaxer girlies who are looking for a relaxer that's a bit more gentle but still effective and looks after your hair and still leaves it moisturized. So yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of this very long episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are watching or listening on YouTube, because some of you be putting on the podcast and you be walking away to different rooms to do your stuff, which is great. Love to be a background voice. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. If you don't know, we also have Patreon where we drop a bonus episode every week.
Tuesday.
I could say Tuesday, but it could be a Wednesday morning, you know. Guys, total transparency, I work a full-time job, okay?
It'd be difficult.
Editing 3 shows for a full-time job? Oh, Lord. Please have mercy on me. Sometimes I'll be fighting for my life, especially that Tuesday. Tuesday's the worst day for me work-wise, so please forgive it, that's come late, but you do get a bonus episode every week. So that means 3 times a week you can see our faces here, our laughs and our takes. If that sounds something that you're interested in, please join our Patreon. We also have a new show that's dropping soon. I know I'm already struggling with 3. Now we have 4, but it's fine. You do it for you guys because we love you. So make sure you join the Patreon gang. If you're watching or listening on Spotify, Apple, anywhere else you get your podcast and you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. Not 4.8, not 4.9, but a 5-star rating. If you don't think, well, a 5-star show, we'll get there. So help us get there by giving us 5 stars. And thank you to everyone that did actually give us 5 stars.
Thank you.
Or has submitted their ratings. I've seen that it's jumped up. I do watch the numbers like a hawk's eye note. So shout out to the people that have done that. Thank you so much. You can find us on We Just Got Here Pod on Instagram, We Just Got Here Podcast on TikTok, and WJGH Podcast on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Steph Beauty. Where can I find you?
You find me on Instagram at Tia Honey Roberts and all other socials at MSTIA Roberts.
And it's a wrap, guys. We'll see you on Monday or Tuesday. Until then, have a lovely rest of your week.
Love you. Bye.